Do you even know what a jelly bean is?
It's something nasty.
No, it ain't.
What the fuck happened?
Hey! Look, I know this seems really, really sudden and just sort of unfair and cruel.
But it's non-negotiable.
But it's non-negotiable.
I got a belly full of white dog crap in me. And now you laid this shit on me?
You're muted. Are you muted?
No. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Everyone's saying you're muted.
Wait, where?
And then up.
Was I mute? I think the microphone was just playing up.
Or the music is really loud.
Which one is it? Music too loud? Maybe the music was coming through on the speaker.
Right, go on, stop talking. Tutti frutti or rotten fish.
Oh my god, the ads scared the shit out of me.
You're
I
not
literally
allowed to
jumped.
spit them out
You were
either.
on mute soon at some point.
You're not allowed to spit it out.
Can you ask Elena to unmute? There we go. Right. We can only hear me now. What, no music?
Fucking just do it. Tutti frutti or rotten fish. Don't spit it out. Don't spit it out.
Oh!
Is it bad or not?
No, it's bad. I don't want to chew anymore.
Just swallow it.
Oh my. Oh, that was a big strong bit. Stuck to my teeth. Oh man. That is fucking rank. It's stuck to my teeth and I don't want to scrape it off. So that means I've got to eat it.
I want to smell your breath, but I don't.
Thanks. Oh, thank you. That was bad.
Was it though?
That was bad. Wasabi was like just the wasabi pain, but that was bulky.
How was garbage? Have you had garbage?
It was cola.
You've not had sour milk?
Was it not updated the... Wait, is the stream title... Why is it not updated? Oh, there's still bits in my teeth. Why did I agree to this? Nobody even told me to do it.
I just told you it was a bad idea because the original Jelly Bean Company ones, that rotten egg one done me in over our house.
I'll need to have some. I'll need to find those ones.
Fuck me, that
But
was
that's
bad.
You just washed your mouth out. You didn't even have anything. That was nasty. That was like just not pleasant. That's the only way I can explain
No, you get the
explain
real
that.
deal ones, man.
It's left like it's not even like tuna. It's like
Can I have one?
it's just a weird fish taste.
Oh,
Is that wasabi? Or... Wasabi. Not up in your face, Mac. Oh no.
no, in my bra.
Oh
Did you put it on me?
no, I didn't go up.
It started off apple.
That's what happened to me. I was like, oh, this is apple. Yeah. Ah!
No, it's not too bad.
You're all right with wasabi though. Oh, I'm gonna be tasting that for days. Casually eating one because she's an absolute nut job. Hey, Oliver.
You won't see me eating a fucking rotten egg.
So
rotten fish.
I was muted for that in like first 7 minutes of that stream. Then you distracted me.
I only came over. No.
Nah, you distracted me. Distractions.
Because my body's so fine.
What was I saying? First, second, third. Yeah, we'll get a panda third. I'm panda. I'm first. I'm second. I'm panda. How about that? Ignored chat. Just that much going on. You know me. You didn't read chat for 7 minutes.
The cat's been fed.
No, because theirs wasn't
Is
out.
that why he's annoying me?
Probably. Right, we'll get on with some crafting then, rotten fish. Yeah, I probably missed loads of chat. New angle's good, lighting's shit. Lighting is shit again.
Can I try a chili one?
It's just too bright. What?
Can I try a chili one? I'd seen it and I was gonna have it, but then I was like,
the difference?
what?
I can't see any difference.
No, I mean, I seen that it was either cherry or chili, which isn't bad.
Yeah, so I've been busy. I should have made all the walls. Cheap way to treat wooden dioramas is water and PVA glue mix. Dries super quick too. What do you mean? What to stop it from like to treat the wood? Stop it from rotting.
Oh, cherry.
Put a white sheet down, man. Everything gets stuck to the white sheet though.
They're way not as intense though.
I failed as usual. You got lots prepped today. Yeah, I did all the wall. Well, not all. I've got 2 walls to make, and that's the 2 that form the. I've then got Zomboid open. 2 that form the bathroom. Put a white sheet down. I feel like I'm being like back at school and being told off.
Yep, we need these ones like. Fucking that rotten egg was there. Oh.
It's not. It's that artificial taste in my mouth more than anything.
No, these ones, they're like real. I swear they've just bottled that rotten egg and just put it in a jelly bean.
I mean, wasabi was wasabi. That was just wasabi, right? Which is just spicy.
How'd you send it?
You did it to the with another
Yeah, I know,
stuff.
but I can't do it. Or I'll just factory reset.
Did you try a chili one?
Yeah,
Was it good?
it was just cherry. It
Oh.
was nice.
She got a cherry. She wanted to try a chili, but she got cherry instead. So.
I can try another one if you want.
I don't understand why I'm putting a white sheet down, Oliver, but here we go. Here we are. So, yeah, that fucking light, man. Bullshit.
Yeah. Did you send was it Panda who wanted to see the new tarantula?
Did you see the new tarantula, Panda? I did put it in Discord. How many did she try? White. sheet is best for doing hobby stuff. Makes a massive, massive difference. Did you read my Discord thread? I couldn't find that thread though. That thing that you took me to.
2 purple ones.
She's ordered 2 more, Panda. 2 purple ones. Yeah, that thread, Oliver, when I clicked on it, unknown, it came up with just like a Discord. And then I went into it and then I couldn't see the specific thread you were talking about. And I've just not been able, I've not been able to message you, but I've forgot about it, I'm not gonna lie. Forgot about that particular thread, but I was gonna actually ask you about saws. Was it saws? Yeah, saws. Helps camera focus. So all this shit here is stopping the camera focus, do you think? Right, we'll maybe get some crafting done, eh? Those are going to be there. No, take me home where I belong. Correct, I know it for a fact. Is that the biggest one? Terrifying, he says. Oh, she's got her headphones on. It is pretty brutal, like, it's a proper tarantula, right? That's when you say, oh, I've got tarantulas, that's what you imagine, not the ones that she's currently got that are like spooders. This is a fucking tarantula. So next time then, Oliver, not some pretentious gobshite. Your words, not mine. No, I'm all new to this, man, so any support, any help, any tips. Right. I'm just gonna like go for it and just glue them. It might be a bit wonky, but I'm sure it'll be fine. 2 kitties? Or do you see them walking past the kitchen, into the kitchen? I try not to imagine them at all. Oh, really? About to see another ginger boy? I don't know, maybe not. He's just off shot. I don't know why it's not picking up the game. Gotta go back to work, so I'll see you later. I hope the rest of the stream goes. Thank you very much, Ash. Thanks for stopping by. I hope work treats you well for the rest of the time that you're there. Always nice to see you coming in to support. Oh yeah, it's picked it up now. Right, get back to our little house for reference. Could just teleport there, eh? There we go. Right. So yeah, I've totally fucked up. I was looking at it today, and in order to do these walls, I'm going to need to have, they're 150 mil high, so I've done it to 120 scale. I should have done it to 124, 125. Oliver! Holy shit, man! Thank you very much. Gifted sub. Well, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. You see how the wooden floorboards are a bit uneven in terms of finish? If one applies PVA water to it, you get a much more easier finish with less material usage. Come again. You see how the wooden floorboards are a bit uneven? Yeah. Like up and down, yeah. So crap, man. So blurry. It's really blurry. You sweet, sweet, handsome devil. Handsome indeed. These luscious locks. If one applies PV water to it, you get a but how do you what, and then paint over it? Or do that now? Oh, the emotes. I know, I really, that's what I need to work on, man, is emotes. You know you have two different sub-goals, right? One says 20, another says 10. I don't know what I've done, Ace. Don't confuse me more. Oh, it's because one's done through... It should be 20. You can't end goals, can you? No. I have to end it. And start it again. Sub-points? I don't fucking know, man. Oh shit, I've just ended something. Best comb over. His hair's majestic. As a bald man, I feel jealousy when I see the wind blowing over his hair. Never seen the wind blowing it? I mean, are you outside his house? Are you doing things we shouldn't know? Thank you very much, man. I have the best comb over one. Yeah, covering the bald spots. It's like my hairline. I don't think it is recently. I've just always had a big forehead. Right, Glue, fucking do something, man. Oliver, I feel like we could talk on Discord or something one day, and you could tell me a thing or two. That is all wrong because the floorboards, the wall shouldn't be on top of the floorboard. The floorboard should go, like the wall should have been put down first, then the floor. Panna says it's terrifying. Terrifying.
It's not. It's just really nice. She was going for the water when I was watering the moss.
Watch.
What?
The camera's pointing. You didn't see it. I have subbed to his
Are you sure?
OnlyFans. He makes music videos like Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. Yeah, right.
Imagine.
Yeah, I've done this all wrong because now I can't get the panels. If it was 1 to 24 scale, this would have been 1200 mil high, which would have been the tallest lollipop stick I can find is 1500 mil, and but that's round edge to round edge, so that it's not going to cover it. So I don't actually know what I'm going to do for like the actual paneling of the walls. Hey Neil. Wrecking OnlyFans. You lot are wild. This is going to be wonky as shit, man, but it's my very first one, so give me a break, will you? Man, that game looks interesting, Oliver. I know you said that you were sold on it when you done the prologue, but yeah, that looked it did actually look pretty cool. Probably glue. I think I should glue them all together and then glue it down in one piece. Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And string around the corner of the top, lead it to the bottom. Use string to line out your panels and give them something to balance. So wrap some string around the corner of the top and lead it to the bottom. What, down the way? The corner of the top and lead it to the bottom. What's that going to do? Split the sticks in two and do it like the floor. Yeah, but it's not though, is it? Like it's not like that, and that's the bit that it's just one solid panel all the way up. Huh? Yeah, so you could put the top panel in first, then furthest bottom. Oh, like on so put the one on the top left and then the one over here so they're lined up and put a string like you would build a like you would frame out anything like to make sure it's lined up. Yeah. Could do that. Precisely, yeah. Thing is, I know these are squint. I know because I've cut these all manually, I know they're not all 100% like 150 and 150 and like there's a wee bit of offness about them. I think I'm just going to do that. Hide it with weather and there we go. Hey, midnight. Look at walls being constructed. I know. 1, 2. Jesus, fuck, that's loud. No wonder you got no eardrums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to glue these. We're gluing, we're doing. Yeah, I do feel like there's a lot you could tell me, Oliver. Yes, can you send me another? Can you send me like a direct link or something to your thing? Because, like I said, with that thing you sent before, that unknown took me to straight to the general Discord of it, and there was so much in it. Trench Crusade, right? So where would I look for it in there? Which channel? Which art miniature discussions? You're writing it out as we speak. Use the search function. Who thought? Who'd have known? Discord has got search. In Oliver. No results. Warband. I mean, Warband, maybe? Nothing's coming up. Oh, he's in my Discord. I don't even know if mine will work, man. It's legacy. With the toes in the sand, there's no sleeves on my sweater. Bear with me, Oliver, because I don't know. Hello? There we go. I've not got push to talk on, by the way, so you might hear some other nonsense. Sound.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Right, so use like a cocktail stick or something maybe to like. I've got. Right. I've got rather than super glue. Fucking expensive. Hey, Driven. I, I think it was because when I was using PV, I was using Mod Podge, right? And it wasn't setting quick enough. So things were like sliding everywhere and I was like, oh fuck. Oh shit. Yeah. You watch.
This is dangerous.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Right. So glue these or glue that one, get a string, run it across to the other one, glue that one down, and then use that to line up where the other ones go. So you can, yeah. Cool. Right. Oh, the on the string? No, on yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right, I've got string somewhere. Cool. Right, I'll look at that then. Looking at the walls like that, it seems silly that you jump through those. And Zomboid, I know it's Zomboid doesn't make sense, does it? Cool. Okay. So I do have a little hand drill coming tomorrow, I think, or maybe Wednesday. What to go? Okay. Right. Yeah, I was looking at sauce today actually, but yeah, if there's oh, you tell me now. That fucking took me like 3 hours alone just to make this. Nah, I've got to learn the hard way. I've got to learn. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right, I need to find my string. That's more.
Nuts.
Where's that string? Oh, it's in here.
I'd say that, no?
just to get a straight line.
Oh.
But how you doing, Draven? Looking at the walls, I think you could. Yeah, but in Zomboid animation is the same as when you climb through. But yeah, there's many animations that are wrong in Zomboid, though, right? Or could do with a bit of work. But they're getting there, like the whole body dragon thing. They're getting there. Right, so glue that first one down. So you're saying cut like grooves into this so that it's not the flat surface? Or grooves or just something that's just not pure flat?
Stop.
Amen. Right. I'll just cut a few little bits. How the fuck does this thing work? I love Zomboid, odd quirks like that, but yes, they're improving it. Yeah, they are, they are. There's so much to the game, though. I'm not one of those ones to moan about it being like, that's game breaking, or I'm not going to play it because... How the fuck does this knife thing work? That's not very safe. Yeah, no, I'll, you know, accept those flaws. So literally just gouge out little bits of it so it's not completely flat. I figured out why you weren't coming through on the stream. I thought I had the Discord. I thought I had Discord coming through. Right, glue the first one down. I think it's going to really start looking like something out of Zomboid once I get these walls up. Right, now...
See, when I work out where I'm like this, I'm like, it looks good. But then when I'm in normal clothes, I'm like, wait.
Wear better clothes.
Like, what's the science behind that? Like, look at these.
Yeah, because like what you're wearing changes your mind. That's why they say like if you don't feel like working out, put your exercise gear on, and you will work out.
These.
Yeah. Yep, yeah, I do. Yep. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just trying to glue this string onto the board. There you go. Let that dry. Okay, tweezers. What? So I'm only... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the front. I think I'm just going to do the back wall and this side wall. If that makes sense. So it's... Yeah, just so you can see into it and stuff. So if I do this one here... And then probably the one over here. So what are you saying? So I glue this. So do I glue this one down? Why are you not coming through Discord? Wavelength chat. Wavelength voice chat. Right, you should come through now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right, I think I'm going to glue this one.
Is there room for a little one?
What do you mean? So here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go through it much, right? If you want.
I don't. I don't have a glue gun, man. Not yet.
Hot glue gun. Mine's a pretty shit. It needs pepper.
Have we got PVA?
You kids have somewhere. What's wrong with super glue legs?
He explained it, and I can't. I can't. If the kids have got stuff. If the kids have got. I'll have a look and see if the kids have got some.
Isn't your Mod Podge the same?
It's
Just watered down, is it not?
the Mod Podge just watered down PVA. It's more of a sealant. It's not really a glue. PVA is adhesive. Okay.
Tell me, say Mod Podge again?
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
How can you hear? Oh, you just say Mod Podge again.
Has he said it?
Don't think so. You hear me out there?
No, I heard you in there.
And here.
Say Mod Podge?
Oliver. Say Mod Podge again.
I like it.
She likes it. She likes it.
Mod Podge.
Kids glue. Where will I get that?
He sounds like a kid's TV presenter.
You sound like a kids
In a
TV
good way.
presenter in a good way, apparently. Not one of those.
Mod Podge.
He's got a good voice and luscious hair. Have you seen his hair?
What, you just go marry him then?
Well, maybe. Maybe. PVA. Well, PVA rather than super glue. Right. Let me see. Yeah. Right. I'll quickly see if I can find some PVA glue. What this? What this back one here? Oh, that one. Yeah, okay. I need to gouge out some parts of it. Yeah. I'll have a look. I don't know where I'll look. Probably be in that little chest, actually. I'll need to get some decent some decent PVA. No, I've got mod, but I need to get decent PVA then. White glue, suitable for paper, cardboard, wood, and fabric. Sound. Right. No, this super glue was like 450. Mental. Right. I can already. What? It will be. Yeah. Thank you very much. I can already see that one's on the piss. That one's because. Yeah, but that's okay for what I'm doing now because he needs to be able to move it around a little bit to get it lined up. Apparently. Ah.
Do you need this little bracket?
Mhm. Okay. Dominic.
Yeah. What's wrong?
I'm offended. You've got an egg, cottage cheese, and mandarins in the same bowl. Yeah, that makes sense, Oliver. Actually, so we can.
It's protein.
This is all learning. Like it's all learning curve, right? I knew I was gonna have to learn the hard way. It's kind of how I learn in real life. It's like.
It's not just our egg.
Mm,
Josh egg.
I would have got there, but it would have been painful.
I
Why
call
it's
Oliver Mod Podge Man.
still not coming through? You can call over whatever you like.
Mod Podge Man.
Modge Podge Man. Voice and video. Chat. Discord settings. Why is it not coming out?
Holy shit. Why have I never done this before?
Wavelength
Soy
voice
sauce
chat.
eggs. It's went like firm
Say something, Oliver.
in the soy sauce.
Test 1 2 3.
You're
Oliver
coming, you're
Jones.
coming to my
Oliver
speaker,
Jones.
but not my headphones now. Advanced audio properties, wavelength,
Try
voice
taste of this
chat,
egg.
monitor, and output. That should be it now. No thanks.
It's really good.
It depends. It could be in your global settings. Your default monitor is your laptop speaker. It'll be speakers high, like, you know what I mean? Instead of headphone, you can change it.
I think I had the monitor off on in OBS. Right. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna. I guess what we'll end up doing is like squeezing that one out because that one's slightly slanted that way. You can't really see it, but this I can see this end one's leaning this way because they're probably just not properly square, like when I've made them.
Yeah, so what you do with that is figure out which one's the most true, and then you pack underneath one corner just to raise the elevation. It's more about where the actual corner is as opposed to how crooked it is.
Okay.
But in all fairness, at this juncture, that these you should consider this kind of like the physical planning stage. You know, this ain't the real deal just yet, but you're really on the way now. Like all that fine stuff you do at the end.
Yeah, like you said, we can cover it all with.
You can just file it down if push comes to shove when you put them wall panels on.
Right, so you're saying line this up, tie it or glue it, and then
Yeah, just like that. With that much pressure, dude, it's just like so that you've got an actual physical line to go to. It's the same way you do it in real life. It's no different with scale modeling.
you don't want the music.
Hmm?
You don't want music.
You could just use blue tack if you've got any blue tack. You could just blue tack that string to one side of it if it'll hold.
There you go. That's better for me.
It should do.
Glue.
I need to
Eh,
make more of those eggs, sorry.
that was rank. I don't know why you had an egg, cottage cheese, and mandarins in one bowl. Build going well. Sorry, guys. I've been not looking at chat at all. Build is going well. Oliver's helping us out, Draven. So we've got the professionals in. Blue tack.
Okay, so when you're gluing bits of string to bits of wood, just glue the wood first, because what will happen is that's kind of the primary surface that it'll make. So don't try and glue the string. Just
Right.
kind of dab it onto the wood where you want the piece of string, push the string onto it, and then glue the string.
Right.
Don't glue the string first, otherwise you just get it all over your fingers or it'll get stuck to something.
But
You don't cut. Oh, too late.
don't cut because you're going to go round.
Yeah, kind of. Go ahead, just go. It's nothing. The ends are still going to look the same, right? Doesn't matter. There you go, perfect. It just needs to be strong enough because you're going to put some onto you're going to glue it again now anyway. So
There you go. I really need to fix a better playlist, man.
there you go, perfect. And now glue it again, and now just glue that onto it. You could just snip it off later.
No, type it in. And just play the top song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or run through them.
Play. No, wait, it's on repeat. Right, so now.
Pack.
Yeah. Bit of birthday cactus.
Do you need this?
No, that was my water today. Got my water earlier. Yeah, this one I've had to do it open because this is like we're trying to replicate like a game in real life. It doesn't account for like that. Like that would be one panel, right? So I think I've done it right, but we'll see. Right, so now then you're saying now this is when I use the white glue, PVA glue, and this is where I just eyeball it based on that string. So do I need to glue? Do I glue down?
I wouldn't glue anything just yet. Yeah, do a dry fit first. Try and
yeah.
just get them to see without gluing how well they go, just to make sure that the broad picture is there. And then you'll be able, if you glued it now, and let's say, yeah, exactly, you know how you can flip it around and you haven't got a bunch of glue everywhere. So go for a dry fit first.
It's all in the piss.
This is where, honestly, this is where blue tack is a godsend. If you've got any blue tack or white tack or chewing gum, hair gel, anything, just something like that it can stick to it without being stuck, you know.
Nah, this is where it's all going to fuck. It's all going to shit.
Okay, right. In this case, just do it a panel at a time. And if you've got match sticks or lollipop sticks, just put a bit of PVA on it and put that along the top,
It's a shame.
and then that'll keep it in place while you glue the rest of it in place. If that makes sense.
This one's leaning. This first one's leaning this way too much, so it's causing it.
Okay. So in that case, you just have to well, that's what the string's there for, isn't it? So you know now that panel needs to be adjusted, and that it's not going to cause a massive gap at every other panel now. However, a little bit of bowing isn't the end of the world. You can just file it down, and when it's all painted and panelled, no one's going to know. So where your finger is now on the stream, that's where you want to put a lollipop, right? Because you're going to break it off later. It's a form of shuttering. We're going to shutter it so that you don't have to like get all crooked and try and balance the whole thing. I was probably a bit sort of ambitious when I was like, yeah, just do all the panels dry fit, just one at a time, but dry fit first.
Sorry, I'm not quite understanding what you mean by where the lollipop stick
Okay,
goes.
so
Underneath.
have you got like another bit of wood, spare scrap bit of wood, a lollipop, a matchstick, any spare offcut of wood? So the idea is that you're gonna put that, you're gonna use that to keep those panels together, okay, as an initial bond. Perfect, exactly like what you got there.
A classmate did me dirty today. I was alone with the teacher.
Perfect. And now obviously that goes on top, like
That's a
on
bit
top of
worrying.
your wall panels as they are now.
Something out of nothing.
And it'll keep it in place stronger. Yeah, exactly, just like that. And but don't make it impossible to get off, because the idea is you break it off later. But for now, it's going to keep it in place while you glue the rest of that into position. Do you see?
So push that down so that it's
Exactly as it is now. Exactly as it is on that angle now. Just glue it in that position. Obviously do the fine tuning, but this is the principle of it. So that you've got extra help. It becomes apparent, because if you want to try it without the lollipop, try it without the lollipop, and then try it with the lollipop, and you'll see what I'm saying. But right now, it's all you need to do is just sort of do the fine tuning so that it all mates nice and neat. But how you've got the lollipop now, you just glue that on. Exactly. You just, instead of it not being glued on right now, you just glue it. There you go. Perfect.
it's just because it's so on the piss though, and this one here ends up higher.
Yeah, but that's because you're looking at it knowing that it's on the piss. I'm looking at it not seeing that it's on the piss, and it doesn't look like it's on the piss. And if it is on the piss, just
push it.
this is why we're dry fitting. But that's the principle there. So that crack in the wall, yeah, that's nothing. You're gonna cover that with more panels of wood, aren't you?
I suppose so.
Or alternatively, that's something you can do. What you can do is just shave a bit of wood and just stick it in the middle. When it's all painted, no one will know.
Right, I get it. So now I can use that to line those up. There we go. Right, so I just need to glue
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That'll hold that in place, but it's not
Yeah.
held properly. Okay. Okay. I reckon we could do a little. Get more of those. Man's right, that stuff will be hidden later. Right? Exactly. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to make this more like a 10 years later version of it as well, with like ivy climbing up it and stuff.
That is spot on. And there's nothing I could suggest that would be better than what you could do when you explore it, when it's all built up. And you realise, hold on, I'm just looking at a boring wood cabin here, what can I do? And then you're like, all right, okay, I'll recreate the poster, I'll recreate the lamp, and so on. And then you get mad with it. You'll be like, oh, I saw a fucking typewriter in a Zomboid building, I'll put that in there in the corner or whatever. You just go nuts with it. So this is the joy, though. This is what I'm saying now, that you can see with your panel.
Yeah.
So if you'd have glued all of them off, you'd end up with like 2/3 of a panel too long. So now at this point, what you can do is you just figure out how many you need, really, and then just put a uniform spacing. It doesn't matter that there's a space, it just needs to be uniform, and then you just put a uniform spacing. And what you can do is just slot like these lollipop sticks in between the wood, and it looks natural. You don't need to keep doing the lollipop thing. That's more just as that's when you're ready for the glue. It's so you don't have to try and balance the glue right now. It's good to have on, but now maybe you would consider
I think I'm gonna, yeah.
exactly how many panels you're gonna need. And what you do is, like I say, you can't you can't make them any closer, but you can use fewer panels and spread them out. I know that you were going for like 6 panels because this Zomboid house has 7 panels, but we're past that point of scale now.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
you're just gonna have to
I'm just ringing it now.
do it.
So that's right. So to get these glued down,
Yeah, you could just move one of the end ones that we've already glued down, the space needed to accommodate,
yeah,
and then you just put a lollipop underneath it. No one's gonna know.
yeah, this will work. This will
Do you
work.
see
Right.
what I'm saying now with the bit of string and how you start
Yeah.
from? You don't start from
Yeah.
a wall panel. You start from 2 points and then fill it in.
Right, I'm just gonna glue. This is gonna work. This will work once it's all lined up. Right, okay. So I'm gluing. I'll glue down the side as well, right? Just hold that in. Yep. Just go for it. Get it done.
Yeah, with white glue, put a bit of glue
Oh,
on
it's
each
straight.
side that you want to bond. So don't just put some on that one, put some on the other one as well, and it will really stick well.
It just had a bit of an explosion. It's not the best lid.
Ah,
Okay.
it's okay, it's PVA, it happens. Just what you can do with that squadgy blob is just get your finger and just wipe it on now. Put some on the floorboards, it dries clear. Don't forget it dries clear, so
I bet the paint. It doesn't really paint very well. That was varnish. That was
it
stain
paints
actually.
beautifully. It paints beautifully as long as it's thoroughly dried and it's not an actual corner of it, like a big old leathery texture of it. But
Think
it
it
does
was,
take paint remarkably well.
I think on that box it was wood stain we were using, right? So that's probably not taken too well to, but probably acrylic or whatever paint would be fine.
Balsa
It's the
wood in
worst,
general
right?
is usually very poor quality wood that can't really be treated.
Right. Okay.
Like that's what we use for crafting because it's usually the most cheapest. The best wood you can use for crafting is, well, whatever wood you think's the nicest really and you got the budget for, but balsa in general is so porous, so you need to prime it, otherwise, as you can see with your floorboards, you know. It's all good, man. It's looking really cool. It's coming together now.
Yeah, this was the bit I was kind of like dreading, but also excited for, because this is the bit that's going to make it look like a something proper, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just going to be, you know. Floorboards right now looking smart though. They're looking smart.
I think I'm having to get over that fear of it not looking 100% like.
I think you overthink it.
I overthink it. Yeah,
It never
definitely.
will. It never does.
Do it.
And it usually looks better than what you think it should look like.
So neat now.
You end up doing it by accident half the time and thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm lucky. And you're not, because you chose to make the accident, you know. Make mistakes, do things wrong. I'm just trying to avoid you saying to yourself, I've literally wasted 90 minutes because I've got to not only forget what I've done, but do
Yeah.
it all over again. I'm just
No, I
trying to avoid
appreciate that,
I
man.
could see it happening with your wall panels.
Yeah, and then I'd probably be the type of guy I'd be like, ah, fuck this, I'm not doing this again. You know, I'd
We're
give
all
up
like
for a
that.
while, and then
We're all like that. We're all like that. Like when I saw you doing it the panels, I've done it before, more than a few times. Like after I learnt my lesson, I still kept doing it. You know. So to be honest, I commend your ability to take instruction because some people are just it's like
I've-
speaking Spanish. you
it
know.
just takes a while
I
to
nearly got you there
understand.
with a lollipop, though. I think I really did sort of spin your head on that one, but that's why it's so hard to do it on Twitch chat.
Yes.
And I hope you don't mind me actually, like, sort of, I don't want to hijack your stream or anything, dude. It's your
No,
someone else's
I've
gift.
gotten through life by asking questions, man. I'm not afraid to ask for help and to listen. It might take me a while to understand what you mean, but I
I'm
appreciate
exactly
it.
the same, mate. It's not you're not the first. You won't be the last neither. I'm the same. Somebody could explain something clear as day, but until I've actually either done it and seen the result, it doesn't make sense. You can tell me everything in the world, but it doesn't matter if I can't make sense of it, right?
I actually glued that string too tight, so it was pulling that wall. That's why it was bowing, or on the pieces, because it was actually being pulled.
Yeah, but don't forget that that tension will relax when you take the string off,
But
and
I couldn't.
everything will sort of relax as it does. But you're gonna
Ah,
need
fuck.
some kind of tension in this figure at some point with wall panels, but you're not. This is your first attempt, and already it's better than 90% of first attempts. So
Right, we will get there.
there you go. Yeah. Don't worry about that bit of string because, like you say, you've got too many panels or too few panels or something. So to adjust that, one of those panels is going to need to come forward by quite a bit. Ideally, one that's not going to be in your golden angles view. So don't worry about that string flopping about just yet. Just try and get them. Like honestly, I want to see exactly how many panels this wall's going to take. Because as it stands at the moment, there are too many panels and they're not going to sit flush. And you're just going to end up trying to brute force them in and just end up like, oh no, all my glues came off now. So,
Yeah, this is the bit that doesn't make sense to me because,
right.
like, it's math, right? Like, it's like I've done it 50 mil, 50 mil, 5 centimeter panels, squares. These are made to 50 mil wide. There's obviously going to be a little bit, offness here and there, but it should be 6 panels because it's 300 mil wide divided by, 6 is 50. So these are each 50 mil.
And did you accommodate your actual thickness, your gauge thickness of the wood in
Yeah,
relation?
so as in like the frame in here, that's 6 mil, so that's 12 mil. So the middle bit's 32 mil. So the total width of that is 50 mil.
But this is why you always accommodate like a mil either way. This is where your tolerance comes in.
Maybe
Whenever
not
you read a
tolerance then.
technical data sheet, there's always, it's like a symbol, which is a tolerance, which means it's an error of accuracy. And it's not even in as much as making errors, in as much as if something, I can't explain it, and it'll become readily apparent. All your measuring and stuff like that for scale modeling and stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, I think just
Yeah.
the more I do it, the more I learn, the more I'll see exactly how things do and don't work.
Yeah. It's because the thing is, it's like, okay, so you may have measured out each piece of wood 6 mil, 6 mil, 6 mil, or whatever. But the thing is, when you put them diagonal panels in,
It
you
might
know what I
push it
mean? You've
out.
got to all make that fit.
Yeah.
So that's where your error's going to come in. And it's the same in anything. It's just, that's why we want to go for a dry fit first. And this is where blue tack, a squadge of blue tack on the bottom of it, of these wall panels, just to give you a rough eyeball, like an eyeball estimate, a handball estimate. But so far, looking tight, and you do it your way, kid. Like, we don't have to do anything ever. We don't have to take our clothes off and nothing.
Yeah, we'll just keep cracking on. Wait, what? Okay. This is going to be on the page. Oh shit, you said glue the other piece as well, eh?
Nothing's hard and fast. It's not that essential. It's just good to do, but you should do it. And if you forget, big deal.
Yeah.
As long as you've done it on the other panels, it'll be just as strong.
Used a bit too much there. It's just gonna squirting out.
Now, if you've got a book or something that you don't mind, that's going to serve as a very useful weight to keep the weight of the wall. Because right now, the weight of itself is pushing it over one way. Get a book or something right now. And then that's where this bit of string's really going to shine. So get like a weight, like a book. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, the good thing about the book is that it's not going to be so extreme that you're going to like
Well,
break
just
any of it.
stand
So
up,
just something
yeah.
heavy, a book, ideally, paperweight. If you've actually got some kind of like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a pressure folder, they're good.
Not really sure if this is gonna stand up though. No.
It's not, it doesn't have to stand up like that. It just needs to be like, you can lie it flat. It just needs to be something applying constant
Right,
pressure
right.
to it. So it could be flat. You don't need to balance it like that. It could be, yeah, exactly, just like that. And then, you know, you'll be able to sort of, you know,
Yeah, I
accommodate
get
that
it.
way with it. Ideally, if you've got more than one book in your house, you can get more than one book and then just make it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then what you can do is get them lollipops like I was talking about to glue it and keep it in that position, and it'll stay straight by the force of the glue and the floor.
Yeah, there was no way that was gonna. I see it. It all comes together now. Like the fact I was able to fit that one in fine was because it's all supported and all the stuff that you've said. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I mean,
appreciate
it already starting to look good. And like I say, with the panels, Yeah, you're right. Your maths was spot on. But this is why we do the dry fit, so that you see how you're getting. It's such a tight squeeze. It's pushing everything out. This is what I'm saying with that last piece. It's okay if that is just like a millimeter over. Nobody's going to see, no one's going to notice. You can pad it out if you really need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so could you imagine how much super glue you would have used just at this point?
Oh man.
Plus, I don't know if you've ever super glued paper to wood, but have you noticed that the paper burns?
Yes.
Like super glue burns paper and it gives you that horrible fucking smell. Or you might love it, I don't know. You do you, Bang.
Ah, shit, my floorboard
It's okay,
fell
in
off.
this point, yeah, what's going to happen is you might end up... Yeah, it's fine. One panel being a corrected is better than you potentially undoing all this work. You know what I mean? By breaking it, trying to fit a panel in that doesn't fit. So just take that last panel off. You see how it's popping anyway. Just somehow get that on so that it's just not popping off. So that the pressure's not there. It doesn't need to be absolutely true. It really doesn't need to be absolutely true, that last panel. Get another book, I'd say, like something else to weigh on top of it. I wouldn't worry much about the weight. You've got a lot of lollipop down there. It's pretty good load bearing.
Come on. Yeah, I've used the last of this glue. Another book. Not a book, but a box that'll...
Perfect. Yeah, just anything big and blocky. That's ideal. Just something with a flat surface to push against those wall panels. Or at least have something pushed back on them.
There we go. Yeah, that would have been a fiddling nightmare if you didn't give me that help there. Sweet.
Okay.
This is where I need to plan things more now because I need for that to really to dry in place before I go and do
It won't
anything
take
else.
too long, but overnight is always best for this type of stuff. But what I do now, honestly, with that white glue, I'd get a little cup that you don't care about or just something, mix some PVA and some water together and paint over that wall section. Paint over it using that water PVA base. And it's not only is it the equivalent of gluing every single one of those panels shut, it's also good priming for later on. And you don't need to use a lot of white glue neither. It can be a fair amount, like let's say half a teaspoon of white glue and enough water, like go for 1-to-1. So put in as much water as glue, and that should be enough.
Just don't know if I've got enough PVA.
just okay. Ration it then. How it just even if just bulk out the PVA with it. And besides, it's dirt cheap as well.
Yeah, no, I'll
It's the
get
type
some.
of thing that you can pick up pretty much anywhere, and it's so cheap. But if you haven't got any to spare, just spare what you can. But it's important. You should do it.
Maybe put a bit too much water in there. Sure.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. And like I say, now what you do is instead of using more PVA glue, you just put a little bit more water in that and use that now. Like for your hardcore stuff, yeah, use it neat, but that's fine. That's a good amount. That's the type of thing. That's what I'd use myself.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
And just paint
It's all good, baby.
all the crap.
And that's better than Mod Podge.
Yeah.
Just it doesn't need to. You don't need to go nuts. Just slap it on. Slap it on. You want this over and done with. You don't need to hold down. I wouldn't use your other hand. I'd just slap it on. Try and avoid using your other hand because you're pushing it.
Yeah, true.
There you go. You're not going to knock it over just by brushing it on. It should be okay. And pay particular attention to the joins at the bottom as well, because that's where your strongest bond's going to be. And the thing is, while this is drying, try and put something else on top of that puzzle now, because this is going to be pretty much your last chance of getting that wall as straight as it can be at this point, without going into daft suspensions, fucking builds or whatever else.
Cool. It's looking good. Right. Oh, I've had the game on the whole time. Luckily I'm in God mode. Right, I think I'm actually going to try... Whilst that's drying then, what I'm going to try and do is make that cot, or the frame for it anyway. Fabric wise, I think I need to go to the scrap store and see what I can find, but for this, I've got round wood here, which should be perfect. I'm just going to have to wing this and see how we go, but that's the way I'll be doing most of this stuff. So we've got our sizes, we've got 50mm, essentially by 100mm. Yeah, right, let's get the the ruler. Into chat room. Must have went offline for a bit there. Right, so this needs. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3 probably. That'll have a straight. No, it won't. No, it won't. Right, so we need 250 mil. See if these this will do a clean cut. Clean enough. Where's my file? Hell. Holy shit. I was sitting all peaceful and quiet. Hey, Jar Jar. See, we don't need the screams or the metal bangs or whatever else we were redeeming before. Hey, how you doing, man? He's fairly flat. Right, so we've got 2. How you doing? Hope you're well. Latest, I need to do more YouTube videos. That one's now a couple of weeks old. We need 2. That's 2 tiles. So that's 100 mil. 200 mil. Maybe this needed to be metal rods. I'm not sure if this will be strong enough. It's not like they're going to have any weight or anything on it though. Other than the fabric once I get the green material. This isn't cutting it very straight. Probably because it's round. Yeah, and then it bends. I don't understand why this isn't a flat plate. Makes the cut squint because it pushes it down. Is that going to be exactly 2? Oh, that's exactly 2 lengths of 100. Oh, yeah, that'd be right because they're 50, 50, 100. Yeah, they're 300 mil long. Fucking hell. Math, eh? Just a single note will do. I know. Kickstart my heart. Spent the last 2 hours splitting wood, still relieved my temper. Still didn't relieve your temper. Nothing better than splitting some wood though. I got a new axe as well, and I had to find just any bit of wood. The problem is I'd already split it all, so I found this like really knotted bit at the bottom of a trunk, and it went through it like bar, which was very satisfying. So somehow we need to figure out how we're going to connect these. I mean, we could literally just glue them on, right? It doesn't actually have to be structurally sound. Yeah, it doesn't actually have to be functional. I had to stop because of blisters. Like it. I like it. Yeah, I could literally just fucking glue these on. It's not gonna need to support any specific weight. I like that. What would it be called? A diss. Calling someone a blister because they show up once all the work's done.
That's actually quite good. I haven't heard that one before.
My brother's a joiner, and he told me that years ago. They used to call all like the apprentices or the new kids on the block the blisters because they'd show up once all the work was done. So now, what am I going to use to glue it? Well, I'll use super glue to glue these bits together, probably. To be fair, I stopped when I ripped open the blister. Yeah, okay, that is when it gets awkward, right? I usually end up biting them open. Not like I don't rip it open because I've just fought through it. I usually end up stopping and like just picking at it and releasing the fluid. I'm pretty rank that way.
Oh, did you know one good thing about super glue is it's non-toxic. So if you do get an open blister and you really need to carry on hiking, super glue is what you need.
Well, I knew that's what they used in the war, right?
Yeah, that's what it was invented for. They didn't realize when they were inventing it, they accidentally made super glue. But
I
they
thought
needed
it
a
was.
clear setting, it's basically a liquid suture. You can, but I wouldn't put too much of it on. But like, let's say you got a really irritating blister at the back of your heel after a
Yeah.
long run or something. If it does pop and leak, you can just a little dab of it. But Vaseline's usually the best way to go for blisters and stuff.
What's your name? And I don't think I'd ever try it personally, like, but if there was a real situation, probably. But I don't think I'd go out my way to go. Oh, I'm going to go and stick some super glue on that.
It's something that if you go camping and you got the space for it in your first aid kit, something to take along with a mirror and a pair of tweezers, just for pulling like odd bits of shit out of yourself if you end up getting cut or something lands in your eye or whatever.
Is the name in VC his real name or alias? I don't know. Does it matter? Oliver is Oliver.
No, my name is Oliver, dude. I'm proud of it. It was the first name. It was the first gift your parents give you, your name. I love it. It's Oliver. It's never Ollie, neither. I appreciate you calling me Oliver as well.
Yeah, only once you get to know somebody can you start to call them. Oh, fuck, this is glued to the paper. You told me to put paper down! It's all glued to the paper!
It's okay, it's okay. Just tear it. Just tear it off. You can slice it off with your scalpel later. Put some more paper down.
Just clean
And
it
at
up,
least it's not stuck to the green thing, which is what it would be before.
True.
then you've got to prize it off that. So that's why sheets are generally good as well. They help with your camera work, and it makes everything look clean and nice and organized. So it focuses your eye on what the hobbyist or the
Right.
hobby is, as opposed to there's a cat walking in the background, or I can see what's on your floor, or what is that table, you know?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I need to figure out a better way to do
No,
this.
no, it's
framing.
okay, George. I don't mind at all. You don't mind me addressing people in your stream, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, it's
Yeah,
cool.
just
I stream
fucking-
myself. I mean, shit, Luna's shouted me out a few times, you know?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, give Oliver a follow. He's actually hilarious. He doesn't know it.
Don't actually. Don't follow me now. It's too cheap now. I've mentioned it. It's self-promotion. I don't self-promote. I don't advertise ever anywhere.
Oh, you
You
do a
can
good.
come check me out, man.
You do a good mixture of games as well. It's all quite good. Like you're saying, you look at like stuff that's not mainstream. Maybe now, like maybe it was back when it first came out.
Yeah, yeah, such like fake clout, like proper hipster. Like I don't like it because it's popular. Exactly like that. No, honestly, yeah, no. I mean, let the hype die down. It's just I got such a long backlog. It's like still haven't played this War of Mine. You know, that's on the
Oh,
list. You know,
I
I've
started
got some
that.
good games.
Have you ever
Yeah,
played
dude.
is it Deadlight? It's the similar sort of 2D platform. I completed that on stream once. I'm sure it's called Deadlight.
I think I know which one you're on. Is it not Dying Light? Is it?
No,
Is it that
not
one?
Dying. No, it's definitely like a 2D platform game, but it's
Dead Cells, is it? Was it the one? It's like
no,
Metroid.
it's called Deadlight. I'll link it to you. But
Deadlight. Okay,
I
cool.
was playing that, and someone was like, "Oh, this is exactly like this war of mine." I was like, "What's that?" And then I got it for like £2 or something. This war of mine, so I need to play it. But it's called Deadlight. It was director's cut. I don't know how to link. I've got a store page. But it was a really good game actually. I should knew what I was
Okay,
doing.
so what you could do is, do you see on your panels now, your wall panels?
Yeah.
What we need to do is we need to stop them when you remove your weights. We need to stop them going back over that way. And the best way to do that is to get like one of your lollipop sticks and put it up against where the floor and the wall panel meet so that it buttresses it, so that it's an extra thing that'll stop it from peeling over.
What do you mean, like on top of the floorboard? Put just another lollipop stick on top of it.
Right. I tell you what. Just grab a lollipop stick, and then just sort of we'll dry fit it, and I'll show you what I mean. Like remember when we did the lollipop stick to get your? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, perfect. Right now, do you see where the panels actually meet? The wood panels, where they meet, vertically, where they meet vertically.
Yeah.
So
like
wise, not width wise.
So what? Stick one on
Where on the floor part, where the floor meets those wall panels. Now lower it. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like that. But just lower it. Yeah, so that it's flush with the floor, and that your eye's not going to see that part of the diorama, is it? And you can cover it anyway. But the idea is, right now that wall is only held. It's only joined at the floor. Okay, so any kind of force which can tip that wall is going to break the wall. So you need something to counteract any natural tipping force, which is going to come from your new wall and anything else you put inside it.
Since this is the back, would it be worth actually putting it right down at the bottom of the foam and up? So it's like you say.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where it meets the floor, where the floor of your actual diorama sits, not what you see, but the floor of the whole thing. The idea is that you want to make you don't even need to do every single panel. You know, you only need to do, let's say, 4. You know what I mean? In like even reasonably evenly spaced, but you need something that means that that wall right now is just, it's staying up on its own.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
got anything else keeping it up. We need to have something keeping it up. It's boring, but these are the things that we need to do, basically. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a stream or two with a broken wall, but you would have painted it or made something else, and then you got to redo everything, and it'll kill it.
Yeah. How you
So-
doing, Swaffy? No, I get you. I get you. I'll
And
do that
and
now.
Viking's been keeping up like a champ. I don't think nothing's gone over your head. You've understood everything I've said. You just may not have got
Eventually.
the practicality of it. But that's what I'm saying. That's what teaching is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Learning is. Learning takes effort from you as well. It takes more effort from you than me. You got to learn it. For me, it's just do this. You know?
I need to get more bloody PVA now. No, how you doing, Swaffy? Hope you're well. Hope you're well, man. I did understand. I was just listening. Where's my glue? But I'm so glad I learned how to read code. Jesus. I did some tweaks for an already fan-made game, Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I've made 8 minor quality of life for myself. How far are you going to be taking this modding stuff? Because that's a cool skill to have, especially in this day and age. Homer Simpson.
I am actually an out-of-work voice actor, so if you'd like to hire me, I can charge £75 an hour, and I can do any sort of voice character that you'd like.
Oh, really?
I have cameos. I have all of that, but I'm not going to link them because I don't advertise, but it's very sweet of you to notice.
Sounds so majestic. Told you.
I know, could you believe that? That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. Ever. And it happened on your stream, you magical Viking.
Get it linked. Get yourself promoted. I think I don't know if I've got a self promotion and
Oh, no. This is you and your Zomboid diorama. This is not struggling out
Hey,
of
I've
work
got to the
actor
point.
fucking makes networking connections, dude. This is all you, baby. Come on.
this is what this is all
This
about,
is-
though. This is what I was saying on my.
I know, but there's a lifetime for it. There's a lifetime, my friend. And right now, time is a finite supply, and I want to see you make some progress.
I got stuck in my head with streaming because I was like, but then you pulled me out of that big one. You know, it's do it for you, do it for play a game because you want to play a game, or so this is what I want to do, right? So, shit, I need to cut a stick. But you know, and I was saying before about Twitch family and community, right? It's amazing compared to what I'm dealing with right now at work. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I think we all know how you feel on that one, matey. We really do. But that's why we have hobbies, isn't it? And you know, the thing is just to wake up the next day, bro. That's all you can really do, and that's all that matters. Because if it's never the worst thing in your life, is it?
No,
and if
no,
it
it's
is,
just
then you
feeling
got
a
a new
bit-
low, and you'll get out of it like all your other worst parts of your life. It's one of them. That goes for anything.
75 is more than a day's wage. A day's wage, man.
A day's wage. But that's why I'm out of work, old boy. And that's why I could probably not say that I would be a voice actor wherever.
Have you done like audiobooks and stuff?
On commission, I can, but the problem with doing audiobooks is you've got to choose something that's the license is pretty much lapsed. I can't just read. Let's
this
say
is
I
how you
wanted to
die.
read, I don't know, selected works of Francis Bacon. I couldn't just do that because some fucker has the rights to be able to broadcast it. I could do it. I could do Shakespeare for free because Shakespeare is public domain.
Oh, is
Nobody owns Shakespeare. Yeah, no one owns Shakespeare. So I was thinking about doing Henry IV. Or maybe I don't want to do Macbeth and I don't want to do scholarly texts, things that are studied. But Henry IV is my favourite of Shakespeare's. And Richard III is probably my favourite. But I'd also do parts of Henry.
Bit of a historian then, are you?
Are we not all historians?
Well,
Surely there's some history you know that I'd be fascinated to
that's
learn
true.
that I don't already know, you see. That's the beauty of history, isn't it? But looking so far with the buttresses now, and yeah, one on each corner, and then you're more or less ready for the next panel. I reckon you should aim to get the next panel, do your buttressing on that, and then let it dry overnight. I don't think there's much more you could do. But one thing I will say is when you come to simulate the inside of the panels, don't go for wood. Use cardboard, or something like that, something quick and nasty, because you really want to cover it. Even though it is kind of like, oh, it's a Zomboid thing. You know, there is some nice wallpaper in Zomboid. You know, it doesn't have to be this screenshot, but the fact that it's this cabin, you do need to preserve. So getting the toilet right is absolutely essential, because don't forget, this cabin has them shitty doors that you can't fucking open easily, you know,
Yeah.
because it's 2 doors. So it's like, which tile do you click on to close the door, or which one is a pain in the ass? And it's the neighbor house in CDDA, and you know I love my CDDA.
Mm-hmm. So, rather than actually paneling the inside, get like a sheet of balsa wood or cardboard, you were saying, and then etch it in to look like paneling. Is that right? You're saying don't do the individual panels on the inside.
No, you don't. You don't have to as a time-saving measure. You know, like I'd say, definitely put one on the corner where your wall is gonna meet the other wall. You know, one final one on that corner, but you don't need to do one on every single panel going forward. How you've got it now is perfect, but I would just put maybe you already know when you saw when they were going on exactly. They're fine. Trust your intuition on that, but definitely they're gonna come in handy when you put your next wall panel up.
Condition
And as far as this horrible story with Swaffy is concerned, I would say that that's because he wasn't a professional, unfortunately. If you just start a VTuber channel or you're just reading or whatever and you're not a professional, you can't deal with the services. In which case, I would say that he would dare say the story would have worked out better if he was subcontracted as opposed to contracted.
Mm-hmm.
As if I could say, I understand your voice acting talent, help me do Richard III, and then you got shared heat, and he's got some professional agency then. He's got a screen between him and his audience. Whereas if you try and be a streamer who's giving your heart onto a stream, it's different than you being a professional and saying, you know what I mean, this is a professional gig, right? So it's a shame, but he shouldn't let himself deter it if he's got a skill, because voice acting is a skill. And it goes beyond having a deep voice. I don't necessarily have a pleasant voice. It's about what I can do with my voice. And it's hard to do for any longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, really? What, listening?
Oh, yeah.
Listening to yourself, do you mean, or
acting.
like actually?
No, voice acting is very hard. Because after a while, it's like, you can lose it. Like, let's say I tried to do a Scottish accent and it ended up turning into a Welsh one. I couldn't then turn back. You know, that's where your professional training comes in. Like people who can maintain it for like half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour at a time. But you never do anyway. That's why you do it in takes.
I didn't know that.
And
Actually.
Midnight Size got it bang on the money there. At a certain scale, lots of stuff looks like other stuff when it's painted the same color. So bang on with Midnight Size. He should get like a gold star from you. You should graffiti people's names into the wood.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, dude, you should do that. Midnight Size should get on that with that cardboard tape.
There we go. Yeah, I was thinking about that really thin foam. I think I've got some in my basket actually. It's like 2 mil thick. Yeah,
like I say, that stuff you had before, like that packaging you had before with your nerds or whatever they were, your sweets. That's gold, man. You could use that in that. You could use that clear plastic to make windows for this cabin.
I'm doing that. I've got some on the other side. It was a screen that I had for work, like a display screen thing, but it's like this sort of like where's the camera? So that peels off and it's nice and clear. But that's I use that for the windows. I was wondering whether I was going to make it a functional window, but I thought that's maybe too much. I'll just leave it open, but have one like I don't know. I was either going to do it barricaded, or have it open, like climbing in and out of it, sort of thing. But
Well, you could. It depends how you wanted to do it. You could go as far as to have smashed windows. I think the trick really will be the window pane to actually keep it looking zomboid. So I'd say that it matches more on what the window looks like than its actual function. But yeah, there's good stuff, that translucent stuff. What you can do is, if you're really technically inclined, or not even that, you can get some adhesive tape which has LEDs in it. So it's
what?
like sellotape, but there's LEDs in it. And you can use that clear plastic as like a stand. You know what a standee is?
Mm-hmm.
A standee, like you know when you used to go to Blockbuster and the Lilo and Stitch, the
Yep.
fucking thing that would be like Stitch would be stood there in front of you, like that type of thing is a standee.
Mm-hmm.
You could use that principle and have the LED lights striking up into the transparent plastic, and it looks like the transparent plastic's got like it looks like it's got a light in it, but with a bit of imagination, there's a lot you can do with it, is what I'm saying.
I might have a look. I'll look for that stuff.
So like you can use it to simulate the interior of cars. That's the most practical use I've found for it.
Interior of cars.
Yeah, you know, like a little light,
Mm.
you know, like a dashboard, the
Yep.
glow from a dashboard. You can use that in conjunction with the plastic, that kind of effect with this tape, with your LED tape. What do you call it when your bunny flops over? You know, when they flop
Loafing.
over, kind of. No, because loafing is when they just look like a little ball of fluff. What is it when they, like, you know, when you see a cat or a dog, like, rolling around in the sun or the grass? Does your rabbit not do that? Because our rabbit loves it. He'll just flop, he'll like body flop. It's dead cute.
I'd have to ask the missus. She's more like aware of those things. I just call it loafing. Like, I mean, it's just like legs are to the side, and it's
No, you're right. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm talking about. But I'd say loafing,
don't know.
like when he loafs, he's
She-
doing something different. But yeah, what you call, like, he does that all the time. He does it up against like bookcases and
Yeah,
in the corner of stuff. You know, it's dead funny.
yeah. We've got 6 little baby bunnies at the minute because the mum the mum got a bit too excited when she met one of our. We've got meat rabbits outside. We've got New Zealand whites that are going to be bred for meat rabbits. We're going to do all that thing. And she met the male, and they did what bunnies do. So she got herself pregnant, and there's now 6 little bunnies roaming about in our living room. Right.
Traditionally, with roofs and dioramas, you don't do them unless the roof is part of the diorama. So if you were doing, let's say, a tank diorama or a vignette or something.
Yeah.
But for this perspective, and don't forget in Zomboid, you don't see the ceiling anyway. And besides, this neighbor house in CDDA is not. It's the single story. However,
It
it isn't so hard to put another floor on it. You just use cardboard.
Oh, really? You plan
Yeah,
on
you just
doing
use
two-piece?
a cardboard. I mean,
No, just
nothing's going on top of it. Yeah,
yeah. I'm
'cause
not
it's a
even
nice
doing
flat surface.
not even doing the front walls. Just doing these 2 back walls.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Zomboid, keep it like that. Otherwise, it loses. Like if you put a roof on it, it wouldn't be Zomboid straight away. Immediately with whatever vignette or diorama straight away,
Yes.
it needs to look like what it is. You know what I mean? If you look at it and you're like, well, what is it? And the guy's like, oh, it's a soldier in a tank in a hill, in a muddy hill, and it just looks like a tank on a hill. It's like, yeah, right. It's got to be like straight away. So this is immediately. It needs to evoke. Oh, that's the neighbor house in Muldraw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's that house in Muldraw. The one that's either got something cool, like the best jacket in the game, or something garbage, nothing in it.
Yeah, I don't really know why I chose this house. It was just one I like to. I just like the actual layout.
Start small, dude, and this is a good one because it's easy. It
Yeah.
won't be difficult to get stuff right. Whereas if it was like a hospital or something, you know, then it'd get tricky.
Right, I'm gonna have to glue this down because I've made a mistake here. These are glued shut together. How you doing, Misery? Long time no see. How's the kids? How's the family? How's the missus? Shit. That sucks. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kids and missus are good. Kids and missus are good. What's up, man? Refrigerator is good. Modular is always a great choice. Yeah, that's. I think that's maybe a wee bit. I don't want to say advanced,
It's
but
beyond the scope of what this should be. This should be a one-room neighbor house in Project Zomboid, and if you know, you know. You know, and that's where the charm of it's going to come from. You start adding too many bells and whistles, and then
yeah,
you know how the phrase goes: too many cooks spoil the brothel.
the brothel. um, broke her ankle in 2 places a couple of weeks ago and had for
Sorry, dude. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I could not resist.
I
Oh, I'm
wonder where the
sorry,
fuck
bro.
that
We
came
really
from.
wish. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
Be a few more weeks in hospital, man. I sprained my ankle when I first met my missus, and the doctor said it was worse than a break, and I still to this day get a sore ankle. So actually breaking it twice in 2 places, fuck me, man. um, Speedy recovery. Tore the ligaments in mine, couldn't walk properly. Yeah, mine was stupid, man. Fell off a little pier, a little fishing hut. I was carrying the missus, you know, like young fucking about, and I was carrying her. She was on, you know, like jumped up onto me, and I was walking, and then it just fell down like a foot, and then my foot just went right to the side. I fell over. I put my knee in her sternum. She's like got a chipped sternum, and yeah, mine was like proper ballooned for weeks, months, and then like I said, that was like 13 years ago. But man, to this day, but yeah, I've never actually broke a bone in my entire body, right? Even in my entire childhood of BMXing and mountain biking and extreme sports, rock climb, all that stuff. Never broke a single bone, other than my nose, right? But I don't know if that is actually does that actually count? Got no cartilage left in the middle of my nose, but yeah, I've managed to make it this far. That was the one thing the doctor said was that it's like a level because they classify it as levels when it's sprains, right? I don't know. This was pretty bad anyway, but that's shit. There's always something, eh? There's always something going on with you. Never a dull moment. Broke too many bones to count. I broke 2 knuckles on a motorcycle. It never looked very funny again. Take over. I need that book.
Where's that bit of string? I'd just string it along, fit this panel, then put the string on it, and then that'll help you put it true
Oh shit!
when you put your extra weights. It's okay, it's fine, and you can do it now. There's no difference between doing it now and then. It's probably easier now. Like I say, you've still got quite a bit of time because it's PVA, and you haven't sealed it in. You know that water stuff that you've got, you're going to use the rest of that on this. And while you're waiting for stuff to dry, like I say, throw another coat of that PVA water mix on where you've buttressed it. Yeah, honestly, Luna, you really need a hand drill. You need a little pin drill
Yeah, that's going to
because
help massively.
they're badass. Because
Yeah.
basically, what your man's saying here is you you drill the hole through where our original panel is into that joint, and like I say, you could use. I like to use um, like guitar string. It's not the best because it's steel, but it is good enough for mating parts, you know, because it's cheap. Um, or swarf if you do any. Do you do other miniature models, or is it just you fancy doing a diorama? Is it only the crafting stuff, or do you like miniature stuff?
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
This is it. I've just started it. So, when I was younger, I used to paint Lord of the Rings models, and I used to make the landscape. So the landscape bit
Ah,
is
yeah, because yeah, go.
that's where I sort of, I don't know, enjoyed it the most. But I am looking at getting, like, I want to get little models, right? I want to get little I don't know. I've been trying to find them, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to fucking print my own. I'm gonna have to buy a 3D printer and like.
Nah, you don't. Come on, let's hear what you're saying before you start turning into a computer nerd. I'll say this: can I be very controversial on your stream?
Go
Within
for it.
taste and reason, of course.
Yeah, of course.
3D printers, listen to me, you 3D printing babies. You ain't part of the hobby, right? The fucking that's computer science. That ain't hobbying. That's just fucking buying shit and printing it off. Rant over.
So
But you do you, boo.
I
You do you. You need
no
to. Some
listen.
things are easier to look. It's a tool. It's a tool.
I
I don't
agree.
like it because it's computer, but I'm also a liar. I'm not gonna lie and I'd lie and say, oh, I can sculpt. I can't sculpt at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to
So I'm gonna
visualize the
do.
shit in my imagination, a 3D printer is obviously better in every single way. All right. So there you
Yeah.
go. I'm spitting flames, but I already understand and agree with every good part of 3D printer. But you strike me as you strike me as you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You do know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you've done this
So
before.
yeah, uh, I did this like 20 year ago, maybe even longer. What am I, 34? So must have been like 25 year ago with my dad. We used to do all this stuff. Haven't really touched it since, I don't know, very early teens would be the latest I would have done it. Um, so a good 20 year ago is probably when I last did something like this. Um, And I agree with you fully, right? I'm following a few people on YouTube and stuff now, and the ones who are just 3D printing something, assembling it, and building it, it looks fantastic. But I get that feeling that, like, okay, well, anybody could
That's
really.
not a hobby. That's just no. It is the hobby. That is the hobby. It's just it's that kind
It's
of
just
version
it's
of
a
it.
it's a different
Like,
version of it.
Look, you're supposed to go to a fucking model shop and look at like all their like crazy aeroplanes and tanks and cars and scale models and shit like that. It's not supposed to be. Click, 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 go online. Oh, Rule 34 on Metroid, yes please. Printing
Yeah.
that shit off, painting it up. It's wank.
Yeah, so no, I do agree with you there. I do agree. It's just a different thing, right? You've got building it or creating something from bits of wood and bits of material and different things, or you've got printing it, painting it, and assembling it. Because there are kits out there you can go and buy, like a gas station that's overrun.
Man,
and,
I'm so thirsty. My mouth's
worn
still all
down and whatnot.
dusty.
You can buy that as a kit. One of those CO2 laser kits, right? I'll go get some water.
True, but you could make your own. You know what I mean? Not
That's
3D
what I mean.
printing isn't doing anything that hasn't been done before. Okay, it's just meant a certain accessibility. But fuck me, I shouldn't be arguing about this. Why am I talking about this? This isn't even my stream. May as well be now. While you're having a smoke break or something, I'll tell a joke. Right? Okay, dig this now, guys. Are you ready for a joke? I'm going to tell you as a joke. Do you want to hear it? I want to see chat go wild for this crazy joke that I'm going to drop on you. You know, we've been spitting flames about this controversy with the 3D printers. Oh, you just wait for this joke I'm going to drop, man. Are you waiting for this? You ready for it, gang? Yeah? You ready for this crazy joke?
Paper clips.
Yeah?
Go for
Yeah.
it, man. Go for it.
I was
Jar
just
Jar thinks
done
the
with
joke's
time.
unacceptable.
That was the joke. That was the joke. I was sorry for time until you got back.
So, I take it you're doing this stuff as well, Misery. It's amazing the amount of people that come out and go, yeah, I'll do this. And like yourself, unknown host, Midnight.
Being creative? Now,
Like
if you'll
toots.
excuse me, I still have some work to do.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Did we get your joke, Oliver? Or did you get? Did you?
I was giving. It was an anti-joke. It was all
Oh, you
tension and
fuck
no
off.
release, like a really shit massage.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got that hand drill coming. It should come tomorrow. I could drill through there, Misery, and then pin that, and that would keep that. Yeah, live and learn. I need shit.
I have actually got a joke. I have got a joke. I can just wait. You know, I can. But the idea of that joke is I was just waiting for you to get back. But the worst thing is, like, on your views, there's like 11 people that have just been ripped off bad. They're like, where's our fucking joke? We want our joke. Give us our bastard joke, you know?
Done for about 12 years.
So I could, the only one I've really got is the duck joke. You've heard the duck joke, gang. You've heard it. I know you have, Luna. I've told you it. I tell everyone it. It's how I say hello to people. So you ready for this absolutely killer joke, gang? That you may or may not have heard before. Alright, okay. So while we're busy, like what exactly, before I begin, what exactly is it that you're doing here, Luna? What are you making?
We're making right here. Right here, we're making the neighbouring CDDA house, as Oliver puts it.
Yeah.
We're crafting. We're being creative. We're making something. I think this is what I was saying before. Like when I was streaming, wasn't having anything to show for it at the end, and that's the bit that was sort of getting me down. Thank you very much. Is that kombucha?
I don't know, dude, because I saw when you were first putting the floorboards in. So, you know, it's pretty cool to see the progress that you have made.
Today was a productive damn day.
Sure as hell was.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is funnier than anything I was stalling out and trying to like come up with because I got mad stage fright, yo.
I don't recommend making a belt out of watches. It's just a waste of time. Don't even know if my. Do these even work? Crickets, that's the one. How do you get your soundboard? I need to figure out how to do a soundboard.
This is the basic one in Discord. If I had Disco Nitro, I would use my own, and it's fucking badass, kid. You ain't heard nothing like it.
I get this. I don't know how to make this frame connect.
Super glue.
If you make me admin, I can import them. I've already got them in .ogg file, or I can email them to you and anyone else who wants them.
Haven't done it for 12 years. Life, definitely. What you want to do is get green stuff and sculpt your own. What do you mean green stuff?
He's pro level. He's pro level. Look, 40k nerds, right? The thing is, with 40k is they'll, you know, in The Simpsons where the Reverend goes on about like getting ripped off because they give you like 5 Qs and 2 Us. That's what 40k does. So you've got to make your own sort of bits and pieces, you know. So he's probably really talented with green stuff, knows about it, and it's a humble brag because if you don't know how to sculpt, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like,
Sculpting.
why does what I sculpt just look like a fucking like snail or something, or a snake or a worm? You know, everything ends up just looking like a worm.
I'm definitely
or
going
a
to.
snowman.
I've got air drying clay, and we're going to sculpt a few things. So I'm thinking like an axe, proper fireman axe. Those are the things that you'd identify as Zomboid. You know.
Yeah, that's a good idea, dude. That's a good idea.
So I'm going to try it. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll only know once we try it. What am I going to think of? It's coming together. Put the walls up at least. I've not braced this one though. I need to try and fit that in afterwards. That ain't really sticking, is it?
You see, that's where your man's saying about the pin at the corner being like bang
Yeah.
on the money. This is where like pinning stuff really shines, and that's basically the solution to it. Right now, I really, really wouldn't worry about it too much.
No, you're meant.
Honestly, I'll send you an image file, and you'll be able to see like what it is that you should get, and they can be had very cheaply. You know, it's not an expensive tool.
Yeah.
It's just
I've
about
got
the
a little
drill bit.
hand drill, like a little. It's got a
That's the one you
screwdriver.
want, dude. Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's got
kind of like a screwdriver.
the
but it's
drill
like
bits.
A drill.
Yeah, I've
Use
got
that,
them
use
coming.
that.
No,
Oh,
it's coming.
got 'em coming.
I've
Yeah,
got it
yeah.
coming,
All right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So worry about that at a later date. You can pin stuff after the fact. It's just you got to be super careful. I'm gonna try and get that thread up for you because it's the thing is the thread that I'm trying to show you on the Discord is because it's so old and the Discord's so much bigger than it used to be, you know. But it's a step-by-step instructions on how to convert monopose plastic figures and just to convert them.
Yeah.
But it's very basically going into anatomy and pinning techniques. That's the main thing, the takeaway, I believe the kids of today call it.
Cool. Right. Let me see. Where's the game? Where's the game? There it is. So I need to figure out. Angles for these legs on this bed frame. Would it be 50? Cricket. Would it be 50 again, but because it's at an angle?
Listen, everybody, look, Luna doesn't mean to show off, right? He's just counting really high. Try and keep up with him. What was that number you said then, Luna?
Shut up. Fucking hell, man. The abuse. The abuse is real. I'm going to go with 60. See, I can count higher than 50. So I'm going to cut it at an angle as well. See, this is a bit, I've never been able to figure out angles.
What you want to do, okay, what kind of angle are you trying to figure out? A perfectly diagonal one?
See, you know, I'll see it's tiny. See the bed frame, the legs on the bed frame, how they cross over in that X form. I can't zoom in anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. With that, to make that type of X, you don't look at it as. You need to look at it not as two lines, but as four going into a central unit to make that X. Otherwise,
even
what ends up
3.
happening is you get like tank trap effect when you're trying to do it at scale. So to make that X, really, the best thing to do is get like straw, or I tell you what, pasta. Have you got any spaghetti?
Mm-hmm.
Pasta spaghetti. That's pretty good shit. And like I say, coat it with the PVA, and it's rock hard, and the glue turns it into just wheat glue, not food anymore. It doesn't perish. It never rots. Dry pasta when you've
But
coated it.
why 4? Why not
Because it's
1 and then 2 shorter bits either side?
because you overlap. You're gonna have an overlap, so you're always gonna have one measure behind another, unless you have it in an X formation with the central bit. So I can illustrate actually. Hold on, I'll share my screen.
I kind of know what you mean, but I don't see why having, because they technically would be overlapped, wouldn't
No,
they?
they're not. If you actually look at the geometry of the thing, it's not. It's a cruciform, isn't it? That's what it's called. It's an X form. So it's like there are 4 collapsing points that need to be represented at scale, and the best way to do it is just to have like a little X in the middle and then suspension from it. Or you could just use 2 bits of noodle, cut, and overlapping, and just glob a bit of something in the middle. But that's how you need to approach it. You need to approach it looking at it. You'll see yourself. You'll see. This is when you do your angles and you come to assemble it, you'll dry fit it, and you'll be like, it's got more of a tank trap effect than it has of like a standing leg. It won't look like standing legs. But you know what? It'll be more fun to see you experiment and see how you do it. So why don't you just go ahead and don't hurt yourself with that sharp blade? Because that's really what we all want to see, isn't it, guys? Isn't it, guys?
That's what everybody wants to see. The pain.
We want to see violence. We want to see sexy lady. We want to see sexy boy. We want to see hardcore hobby. And that's why I tell people I'm out of work, folks.
Yeah, that ain't cutting.
Just make a notch and snap it. Make a notch and snap it. Don't try and saw anything with a blade.
Snap
That's
it?
why you need a saw. Don't try and chop it. Just break it off.
It's going to be rough as shit.
It doesn't matter. You're going to stick it into the foam, aren't you? You're going to stick it into like a... You're going to make that adjustment because you're going to need to glue it unless you want to make it entirely modular, but I hope you've got the storage for it. If you're going to glue it down, it doesn't matter if it's particularly untidy. You want to just leave more than less, you know, overcut instead of undercut.
This is fine, this is working. So if I have that, I just need to cut a wee angle. Cut another one of these, right? Cut another one of these. Bear with, bear with.
Yeah.
Right, so if
It's
I
a
cut...
fine frame that you've made. You know, it's a nice frame.
Music got a bit intense, didn't it? Right, I reckon I'm gonna need. I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna try it. See what happens. I think it actually needs to be a 30-degree angle. Or it'd be 60. Maybe 60. Yeah, 60. Right. That.
Okay, so who is Sidis? You have a viewer who's asking what you're up to, and he seems like a friend of yours. You should say good evening to him, and to a lesser extent, Jar Jar's thirst trapping and wants to know what your missus is up to.
No, that's the more worrying part. Hey, Sidis.
I know, he's like, what's Mrs. Luna up to? What's she wearing? You fucking dirt dog.
We are making a Zomboid diorama, Sidis. Specifically, we are making the neighbouring CDDA house. The one in the little screenshot there. So you've got CDDA house is, well, over, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it's just like a block to the west of it.
Yeah.
It's like the next house is over.
Not
These
that
are the
one.
ones to the east of it.
one over there, but in fact I can fast move over it. Yeah, so that's the CDDA house there. And I always just like this house. It's rustic, it's simple. There's a few iterations of this house, I'm sure, across the map. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a couple of other places. Wouldn't dare ask that. Yeah, no, we're. I've always just had this idea of. Well, to be fair, Sexy Panda came up with it. I feel weird calling him that. Panda came up with it when we were doing the. When we were watching the old school RuneScape diorama. There's a guy making Lumbridge, a tile accurate Lumbridge. And. Yeah, see, this is going to work. It's just going to be like a bit off.
You see what I'm saying with the tank trap, though? How you've got one that's always out and one that's always in?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you do start chopping them up into fours, it is a fucking pain to get them all lined up. So...
It could work.
You could... Yeah, I think at this
At
juncture,
this
just
scale.
stick them like that. Yeah. The thing is, though, it's more about... I would honestly now figure out the angle, and then you want to glue that to the floor, right? Don't glue it to the model, I don't think. I think it'll be easier to put something on top of it when it's already glued down, where it's already fast. Because I think what'll happen is when we go to put that on the bed now, it's always just gonna flop around and stuff. So what I'd say is, honestly, have you not got any blue tack? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Blue tack.
I know what you're talking about. It's just not something I've got at
No.
hand
Have you
or
got
here.
have you got sellotape or sealant, like adhesive sealant?
Be sellotape somewhere.
Sellotape would do it. You just need something to keep it in that X shape, because what you will find is it's going to be such a pain to get them to still stay as an X when you're gluing them to the bed.
Yeah.
However, this is where, if Misery Gaming's got like the fucking shortcut here, I think Misery, somebody in your audience is sitting on something here. I think they've got the best way to do collapsible cot legs. You know, that X-form leg, that collapsible leg. Because to be honest, dude, I struggle with them. I really do struggle, and the only way that I've really figured out how to do it is just to sort of make a notch in the middle of it where
That's
they meet.
Where I was.
And then just kind of,
heading,
just make a
yeah.
notch where they meet. And then, you know what I mean? The trick is just not making a tank trap. What would you do with the cloth? Because I'd just go for paper. I would honestly just go for paper. And the good thing about going for paper is that it'd look quite authentic and easy because you could wrap it around and
I was
make the same
literally
adjustments.
gonna get
Yeah.
cloth. Like I've got this like green sort of neoprene tablecloth thing that I had for work, and I was literally just going to actually stitch, like, well, not stitch, just glue, like cut out the shape with a, hoop it round the edges exactly as you see it on the screen. Maybe I was thinking too, like, almost like how you'd actually do it. Maybe that's too complicated. Maybe I don't know. I'm just going to go for it. Cheesecloth, good one. I've got loads of muslin. Got loads of muslin. It will frays quite easily though. It does fray when you cut it. But I would do it with like papier-mâché construction paper, and that takes a hot minute to dry. Construction paper? What do you mean? I just use newspaper for papier-mâché.
Yeah, dude, I would literally get, you know what I'd do? I'd get like paper, like printer paper. I'd try and like match the cutouts in the paper
Yes.
to the image, and then I'd just glue the top of it, and then for texture, if I really wanted to, I'd just put a sheet of kitchen roll soaked in PVA and water, and then sort of glue that to the paper to give it some texture. But at this scale, like what scale is this? 124?
120. 120. I wish I made it 124.
It doesn't really matter just between. It does sort of at bigger scales, but 120 is pretty popular. 124, you could even use like 118, you know. And you could go to Cass Art. You can actually buy like genuine, like. I wouldn't go to Cass because it's expensive, because they do more like modeling, like not modeling, but like I hate to say it, but actual art stuff. So where you'd need it for, let's say, digital perspective or something, as opposed to what we need it for, which is figurines.
Third hand.
It's all about picking the right scale.
Okay.
135 maybe could work.
Yeah, well, 124 seems to work for me, and it seems to be the thing I can get most easily, get like little figurines. And I was looking at like a Jeep Wrangler, because I think one of the ones I want to do is a little camping sort of scene, like have some water, little tent, campfire and things like that, and have a little Jeep Wrangler. I can get a Jeep Wrangler 124 scale.
Yeah,
that looks like...
no. I mean, it's a popular scale. The scale choice is big, and for like bigger, the thing is, for the simpler the diorama, the bigger it needs to be, really. And for a kind of like a Zomboid, I mean, this is proof of concept as much as anything else, isn't it? Like you could pick a vignette then, because then you've got something to contextualize the camper in the woods, or the car in the woods, or the Jeep in the woods, And like you say, I'm looking forward to it with your clay, when you can craft, a campfire that looks like it does in the video game. I think really the essence will be to actually capture what it looks like in the video game. So right now, the fact that these wood panels look like they do when you just build a panel in Zomboid is working in our favor. So we've got to maintain the spirit of that Zomboid in it. And you're doing great so far.
Which is why Panda had the suggestion as well that we leave one of them. I know it's like the house is already constructed, but you're saying to show, because I was like, I'm going to all this effort. Technically, I could just get another sheet of foam, stick it up the back, and etch some wood into it.
Well, we've not finished all the panels, have we? You've got to do the toilet. That's going to be a problem with perspective. That's going to be tricky to get the perspective, but that's where you could leave a little, like Panda's saying, a little how it's made kind of thing. But it's all about direction, and sometimes getting it done is better than perfect. I think honestly, you need to visualize what will it look like when it's finished. Like, have you visualized that in your head yet? So until you do that, you might even think that you haven't even got an end game in sight. You know, so you got to think, what do I want it to look like? Now, I
It
do
is.
think like keeping the spirit of it is important because you do absolutely need the cooker and you do need the shitty trunk that never spawns anything, or it spawns the officer jacket, which is the best jacket, the dress jacket, and the crate with the lamp and the girly poster above the bed. You know, that's got to be core. But there's so much room for exploration elsewhere. But you're gonna need to leave a frame open to simulate the doors. You know, the inside open door.
Do the stuff you have, and we can always improve on the next one. I think that's where my mindset needs to be. It's like learn a lot from this one. It's not going to be perfect, but learn a lot from it, and then improve on the next one, the next one, the next one.
I think the true key that when it comes with fluency, and it's something that when you have got, you never really lose, but efficiency. It's like, you know, when you do something the first time and you're like, it takes so long. Like, okay, your floorboards, for instance. I'd imagine that by the time you were getting to the end of the floorboards, you'd figured out a more efficient way of doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And that'll come with just about everything in all fields of whatever it is that you're doing, you know. But you never learn. You don't learn much in a vacuum, though. Sometimes it does take somebody saying, try and do it this way, you know, instead of, because you might not figure it out. Like, that's why I'm hoping that somebody in there can figure out how to do collapsible legs.
I'm just going to I'm going to carve out that little bit and just see what happens.
Because there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do, though. Like the axe will be cool because it's pretty simple. You know, you want to do simple stuff, you know. So, Lunar Viking, as far as the music goes, what's the name of that band? The one with the chick and the deer-headed guy. The chick, she looks like some crazy, not crazy, you know what I mean? Like all, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm on about, that band. What are they called?
No fucking idea what you're on about, man.
You know, the one with the goat and hold on a sec. Let me Google it.
Young crack.
Lung.
Oh, okay.
You know them? You know them, right? You must know them. They're like the entry level one, right?
Yeah. Well,
Now, you see,
about
I
them?
like there's this guy. He's called Otterkin, but really, it's the group that you look out for. Have you seen him? The Siberian one, the Siberian like traditional music, but it's obviously
No.
like contemporaneous, modern,
Yeah.
man. But man, let me tell you, wow, those
Yeah.
legs.
It's legs. Right, so we've got two little notches. You can't really see it. Fuck,
There you go. Yeah, just make them. That should do it. It's just to make them, yeah, perfect. Look at that, guys. Look at the notches in that.
Fuck, I can't do this. There
How
we
long
go.
did that one take you, sir?
Probably like 20 minutes. Fucking hell.
So that's 10 minutes spent on a matchstick. So if ever you feel like small and insignificant, just remember that, gentlemen. There are matchsticks that have had 10 minutes of attention lavished upon them.
Yeah, so it's still getting a little bit of that effect where they're obviously not lined up, but it's not as bad.
What does it look like with the bed? How does it match up? Because you need to make sure that the bed's going to stay true, don't you, and flat.
It's just one way to find out, really, with this stuff. I don't know. We'll have to do this 3 times, though.
Yeah, you'll only really have to do it twice, won't you?
It's got a middle brace,
So
though.
yeah, you only need to do one for them. If you're trying to observe, if you're trying to keep, like it doesn't need to be so complex because it'll be covered by the actual surface, won't it? Even from an angle, you're always going to be looking at it from an overhead angle. So you might get away with just putting one leg like that, like they've got it. Like this might be the only X form that you make.
What do you think? You not actually
Yeah,
go
because
for...
you can just glue. No, you can glue the bed. You can glue the bed as a thing to the tile, to the wall. It'd help. You know, I think it'd help the structure of it, and it'd keep your bed up.
Right. Alex Warren again, man. That's impressive. How many times have you seen him? I'm going to end it there, though. 9 o'clock. My back's hurting. I need some food other than a cake.
Okay, well, a round of applause anyway for Mr. Lunar Viking. How about that, folks? Oh, can we all get a quick round of applause? Oh, yeah, nice one, nice one. Yeah. Make sure that you're following if you're not already following, of course. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to absolutely come in and chisel away fucking Lunar Vikings the stream. But hey, look at the walls, guys. Look at that wall. Why don't you give it a quick spin for us, Mr. Viking? Look at that.
Brave.
Real nice. Look at that progress. So, it's really starting to come together now. It looks like the cabin. So, what's the next schedule, Mr. Viking? When are we going to see more of this diorama come together?
Tomorrow night. So, yeah, tomorrow night we will probably, I'm going to try and find that fabric or cheesecloth or paper or something to make that bed. And then I want to try a bit of sculpting. So I'm going to get the clay out tomorrow. We'll put that to the side. We'll figure out the walls later. And we'll do a bit of sculpting, some of the key items. So we'll do the axe for sure. I don't know. I need to see like what other key elements people will look at and go, "That's from Zomboid." Like that's a thing that you need to make, or you need to make sure you have, right, to survive. Maybe like, I don't know, tools, maybe the saw or something. I don't know. It's getting a wee bit too small though. Maybe.
The gentleman's saying a duffel bag. That's pretty cool.
Ooh,
Duffel bag. You know, maybe even an ice bag, like in the style of Zomboid. That's pretty badass, right?
Yeah. So we could use clay for that. You think probably best solution.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Tomorrow night, Lunar Viking is gonna get the clay out.
Get the clay out.
It's gonna be just like in Ghost, sexy Ghost Viking.
Right, on that note, folks. On that note, liability, aren't you?
It's been an absolute pleasure, gang. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. You have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Oliver, for that gifted sub. I appreciate that, man, and all the help you've done. We got there. I didn't actually think it would go as smooth as that, but that actually went quite smooth. Not now, Toots, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Ace, thank you. I guess that your stream streak's gonna break there, but I'm sure you'll find a way. There's a will, there's a way. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Have I missed anything? Duffel bag, yeah. I have a Viking horn. First time wasn't really a concert. Thank you. Right, sorry if I missed chat, anybody. The head was just like trying to figure this out and listen to instructions, which multitasking and me don't really go. End up just doing two things really badly. Finding a couple of minutes just to get that stream streak. Love it. Appreciate it, man. Well, I've got a lot of tidying up to do. We will catch you tomorrow night, same time, 6:30 UK time. So I'm not losing 200 stream for one night. It's Alex Warren though. Sorry if I missed any chat. I was full screen, no chat all stream. Oh really, Panda? Sorry, it wasn't. Didn't make more progress than maybe I feel like would deserve to have full stream. When you look at like the Lumbridge Castle, you go, okay, I put that on full. I put it on bloody projector. That's what I do. Anyway, I'm walking. I need to go. Thank you, folks, and we will catch you tomorrow night. Ciao.